Hey, what's going on YouTube? James and Jay Kramer Fitness Protein Review Guy. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at Justingredients. And of course, I'm going to come out firing on all cylinders. First topic today, no soft serve intro. This protein powder has a Prop 65 issue. You thought you were buying the cleanest protein powder for women. Turns out some of the flavors legally require a toxic exposure warning in California. Here's what Justingredients doesn't advertise. Cadmium, a heavy metal that builds up in your kidneys and liver. California says the legal daily limit is 4.1 micrograms. Let's do the math. The two flavors that I looked at use inhalation method for testing cadmium. I'm not storing protein powder like Scarface at Planet Fitness. You're drinking it. So why would Justingredients test cadmium levels using inhalation exposure limits? Unless their target audience is second graders ripping lines of flavored collagen behind the bleachers like pixie sticks, this thing makes no sense. Using inhalation standards for a protein shake is either next level incompetence or a calculated PR shield to hide toxicity under the rug. Is Justingredients protein powder third-party tested? Kind of, but not in the way that actually matters. They do have one NSF certified for sport version for athletes getting drug tested, but that's a separate SKU and more money. And for the rest of the lineup, no informed choice, no CGMP statements, just a PDF from a Shopify distributor. I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting their collagen from China. If a brand charges premium prices but cuts corner on real food safety, that's not clean protein. That's cheap protein hiding behind premium branding. So, is Justingredients really grass-fed? It says it right here as an advertising slogan at the bottom of the bag. Having a QA session from Justingredients rep, in their own words, the reason Justingredients is okay with something 100% grass-fed not being organic is because it's free of GMO or corn's byproducts. Cool quote, bro. Unlike AG and Roots and Antler Farms, which backs their grass-fed claim with actual sourcing and third-party verification, this brand expects you to believe what's being shared. No receipts, no traceability, and not a single verified third-party audit. You may be wondering if these protein powders are any good. If you stop at the front label, sure, it looks like a gold standard grass-fed organic, non-denatured monk fruit. It's everything Pinterest moms and fitfluencers dream about. There's no amino acid profile, no clinical grade testing, and the cadmium levels, two of the flavors that I looked at, as you already know, are above the California Prop 65 legal limit. That's not clean, that's a pending lawsuit. It's a drop-shipping operation banking on emotional marketing. Today, we're putting Justingredients protein shake underneath the microscope, side by side with brands that actually test, disclose, and deliver. All these brands market to the same crowd: Truvani, Equip, Transparent Labs. Paleo, clean, no junk, but only one is the draft dodger. In this Truvani versus Justingredients protein powder comparison, both come in pretty packaging, love the words organic, and target health-conscious shoppers, but only one gives you actual data. Let's go ahead and break it down. Muscle fuel first. Leucine. Justingredients, no amino acid profile, zero leucine data. It's proprietary, which is code for we're not showing you because it might ruin the vibes. Truvani, 1.3 grams of leucine, no mystery. Looking at macros, math, and marketing, Justingredients, 24 grams of protein, 140 calories, $2.81 per serving. Truvani, 20 grams, 130 calories, $2.50 a scoop. So the price is actually a wash, but Truvani has fewer carbs, fewer calories, full transparency. Final quick math here. More servings per bag, Truvani. Lower price per serving, Truvani. Leucine BCAA disclosed, Truvani. Third-party testing, Truvani. Justingredients, you're buying vibes. Vibe will not trigger muscle growth. Let's compare Justingredients protein powder to Equip Prime Protein. Both market themselves as clean protein for the health-conscious person. No gums, no artificial sweeteners. Paleo-friendly, but only one of them actually shows you what's in the damn protein. Justingredients still hiding behind proprietary blend. This is a protein powder with personality cult, not a clinical profile. Equip, 0.93 grams of leucine, 2.1 grams of total BCAAs. Not elite, but at least they're showing you the numbers. Justingredients offers 15 servings at 281 per scoop. Equip, double the servings, 227 per scoop with just 100 calories. Final take here, Equip may not be perfect, but it is honest. Justingredients wants to own the clean label space without showing you what's in the scoop. This is Justingredients versus Transparent Labs Whey Isolate. Looking at the leucine BCAAs and the Show Me test, Justingredients still hiding behind that same no amino acid profile. Transparent Labs, 2.8 grams of leucine, 5.9 grams of BCAAs. Justingredients, 24 grams of protein, 15 servings, 281 per scoop. Transparent Labs, 28 grams of protein, 30 servings, $2 per scoop. Double the servings, more protein, less cost. Guess which one looks better once you actually run the math? Neither of these brands are third-party verified for grass-fed claims on the bag, but Transparent Labs at least shows it's non-amino spike. Justingredients, they give you a vague Q&A quote and hope you don't ask follow-up questions. Here's the part of the label that most people trust the most. 22 to 24 grams of protein per scoop, but here's the part the industry doesn't want you to know. According to the FDA, protein can be calculated based on nitrogen content, not amino acid quality. That's from 21 CFR 101.9 C7 if you want to look it up yourself. So translation here, as long as it contains nitrogen, it counts as protein. So even if the protein can trigger multiple protein synthesis, like collagen, it still goes on the label as part of the total. Now, talking transparency here, because one of these brands gives you what you want, the other one gives you a feeling. Flavcity actually shares 10 grams of collagen, no guesswork, no fine print. You know exactly what kind of protein you're getting. This isn't about legality, it's about transparency. Justingredients might follow FDA rules. It doesn't mean you're getting what you're paying for. Flavcity, similar whole food protein powder that can be more transparent than a company that calls itself Justingredients. This thing markets itself as a post-workout protein powder, and you may be asking, is one serving enough to stimulate muscle protein synthesis? No. To trigger muscle protein synthesis after a workout, you need at least 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine with at least 25 grams of protein. That's the amino acid that flips the switch for recovery and muscle growth. Here we go, going down the list. Transparent Labs, 2.8 grams of leucine. Truvani, 1.29 grams. Not perfect, but disclosed. Justingredients, it's still proprietary, no amino acid profile. When a company uses 5 protein sources but gives you 0 amino acid data, no leucine count, and no ratio of disclosure, you don't know what you're putting in your body. You might be getting 24 grams of protein, but you also might be getting 10 grams of collagen, 5 grams of pea, 3 grams of pumpkin, and 6 grams of actually whatever, who else cares. This isn't formulated for recovery. It's formulated for a label aesthetics and Instagram buzzwords. All right, with that shared, let's go ahead and put these things in my mouth. As always, Daily Drive, your Pure Choice Farm Shaker. I'm gonna go ahead and mix both of these up in front of you. Neapolitan, one Crazy Boy scoop. The other flavor we're doing is salted caramel. So this one was very alarming because of when I did my written review, I got an extra special gift from Justingredients. A protein powder that claims to be Justingredients forgot to add in just a hair. Vanilla Boys, look at that, there's a hair again. It's right there. Yep.
I'm going through my edit and I was not able to catch the hair, but I don't think it's right there. It is dangling right there. So Justingredients, more like just a hair.
I'm doing this for the people. This is almost as bad as my Echo Vision review. This is disgusting. Shake test. All right, mixability of these two protein powders, immaculate. Yeah, I think they got the most points. I think I gave them a 9.5. This one, the Neapolitan, gets a little frothy. This one, salted caramel, use the inhalation method as well as just plain. One, the Neapolitan, didn't have any issues whatsoever. Taste test, salted caramel. Cheers. Here is what I like about salted caramel. Brought in by the nice little buttery flavor. The butter flavor of the burnt butter flavor of the salted caramel is then washed over. It's fantastic. It's as advertised. Neapolitan. Cheers. This thing tastes damn good. All right, let's go ahead and take a trip to the happiest place on earth, the Amazon review section. Because when brands won't give you an amino acid profile, their customers usually will. Straight from the 5-star crowd, tastes amazing, I feel healthier already. Yeah, that's probably the collagen talking to your skin, not your muscles. I love that this protein is grass-fed and clean. Love that for you. Can you taste the third-party testing? No. Can you taste the cadmium? Probably not. Perfect in my morning smoothie. Keyword here, smoothie, not post-out recovery, not recovery. This isn't performance shake, it's a vibe enhancer. Now let's go ahead and take out the 1-star wake-up calls. Does not melt in hot or cold liquids, still chunky and chalky, not even with the Vitamix or frother. No taste, no refund, no transparency, but yes, $2.81 a scoop. The flavor is so subtle I have to double the scoop, which means it costs more and runs out faster. I'm going to go back to Orgain. All right, here we go. 3 pros, 3 cons. First up, the good news for Justingredients. Ingredient simplicity. Uses whole food ingredients like coconut milk, cacao, chia, no gums, no emulsifiers. There are no artificial sweeteners in this, sweetened with monk fruit, stevia, and coconut sugar. No sucralose, no ACE K. And then, of course, allergen-friendly claims. Labeled as gluten-free, soy-free, and egg-free. Only gluten-free by a third party. Now, looking at the cons for Justingredients. No amino acid profile, no leucine disclosure. You don't know how much muscle building protein you're actually getting in this thing. The undisclosed ratios is an issue. Collagen, whey, and plant proteins are all in the mix, but you don't know who's who in the zoo. And then finally, no third-party testing for heavy metals, no Prop 65 disclosure, no certificate of analysis, no transparency when asked directly. You may be wondering if this protein powder is a whole food protein powder. Well, if you're judging by the front of the bag, yeah, it looks the part. They market whole food ingredients like coconut milk, pumpkin seed, and chia protein. No gums, no sucralose, no artificial trash. Cool. I love that. Everyone loves that. The ingredients sound good. Well, let's be clear. There is still a processed protein powder. It's a blended of whey, collagen, pea, pumpkin, and chia, and not one of those sources is disclosed by amount. You say 22 to 24 grams of protein, but don't want to say where it's coming from, you lose the right to call yourself transparent because collagen is not a complete protein and plant proteins have a lower leucine amount. This is like calling a smoothie a steak dinner because technically it has calories and protein. Is it made with whole food ingredients? Yes. Is it a good whole food protein powder? No. Because good protein powders show you their sources, their amino acid profiles, their leucine yield, and isn't under litigation for failure to provide a Prop 65 warning. Let's wrap this thing up. Who is Justingredients protein powder actually for? If you're blending into a morning smoothie, care more about ingredients than macros, and don't need muscle recovery, yeah, this thing checks some boxes. But if you're buying it as a true protein supplement for post-workout, or for daily protein targets for actual results, this is where it kind of collapses. And these are the things you need to know before you buy. No amino acid profile, no leucine disclosure, undisclosed ratios of protein sources, no Prop 65 disclosure for heavy metals, no third-party testing shown at all. Now, if you want some better choices with a little bit more transparency, I got you covered. Antler Farms, truly 100% grass-fed whey isolate from New Zealand, no Prop 65 warning, third-party testing done by the New Zealand government. 100% sourced from pasture-raised New Zealand cows. Truvani, fully disclosed 1.3 grams leucine, heavy metals testing shown, and no messy protein blend. Transparent Labs, verified as by Informed Protein, full amino acid profile, and no collagen filler. And if you're in the paleo crowd, Equip protein powder, 100% grass-fed beef isolate, amino acid profile published, third-party testing, and a clean paleo-friendly label. Final score for this sucker, 12 out of 50, fails to deliver. This thing is officially the worst scoring protein powder I've done to date. Why? because it hides behind what matters most. Transparency isn't optional in a premium priced bag of protein. Leucine matters, amino acid profile matters. Pretending to be a clean protein while ghosting amino acid profile, third-party testing, and Prop 65 risks. And don't forget the 2 hairs I got out of this flavor. Yuck. This is all marketing and it's disgusting. You think a brand can still call itself clean if it hides behind protein ratios, skips third-party testing, and ignores a Prop 65 transparency warning? Drop your take in the comments down below. The full written reviews, including FDA loopholes, label breakdowns, and every claim Justingredients made, check that link below. And if you want over 100 unbiased, non-sponsored protein reviews, downstairs. And as always, I want to say thank you for making it to the end of another review. Make it a great day. Neapolitan, you weren't that bad, but it deserved better. Salted caramel. It was a pleasure drinking hairs and your cadmium.